Foundations of the Flow State. Part 7. Detachment from the Identity of the Master. In Borneo, there is a very unusual way of catching monkeys. A banana is placed inside a trap with a small hole in it that is just big enough for a monkey to fit its hand through. When the monkey discovers the food, it squeezes its hand into the trap and grasps the banana. While the monkey's hand is clenched, however, the hand forms a wider shape, and so it can no longer fit back through the hole. As the hunter approaches the monkey to capture it, the monkey is terrified and tries to pull away. All the monkey would have to do is let go of the food and it could easily escape, but it's too attached to its objective to see this. And so, the monkey is easily captured as a consequence of its refusal to let go. We hear this story and at first think how silly the monkey must be to hold on to something when the consequences are so high. But we are actually doing much the same thing by holding on to our thoughts, opinions, attitudes, perceptions, identities, and obsessions. Too often, we hold on to our conditions and our limiting beliefs simply because we have either built up an identity around them or because we have become comfortable with the way things have been. So much could be gained from breaking that inertia and letting go, from stepping outside our comfort zone and journeying into the unknown. To do this requires riding with insecurity, not knowing for sure how things will turn out. But as the renowned social worker and author Virginia Satir says, many people prefer the certainty of misery over the misery of uncertainty. One of the major obstacles that stands in the way of us letting go of the hypothetical banana is simply that, just like the monkey, we are most often unaware that we are holding on and that there were other options on the plate. But the thing is that the alternative options don't come into awareness until after the letting go happens. And the letting go does not occur until the holding on is brought to our attention. If we take notice of what holding on feels like, and likewise of what letting go feels like, then by questioning ourselves, what am I holding on to that is limiting me? For example, often the limiting belief will be brought into awareness, though it can take a lot of time if you are holding on to that banana too tightly. In our pursuit of mastery, there are many situations where letting go would be the most effective action. Many people mistake obsession for sincere dedication. Amongst musicians, for example, many people believe that a real musician has to be pursuing music exclusively. That music must be his life. But it has often been said by well-known songwriters that one of the best pieces of advice for improving your songwriting is to go and get busy doing something else. They say, get away from music so that you'll have something to write about. Don't be one of those songwriters who write songs about songwriting. Who can relate to that? When pursuing mastery of a craft, it's very easy to get caught up in memorizing knowledge and perfecting techniques so obsessively that the fundamental goal is put off or even never attempted at all. For example, guitarists with advanced technical skills are far more common than guitarists who can write well. But most of those advanced guitarists have been dreaming all along of writing. They are clinging to what they know well and are afraid to let go and endure the awkwardness of starting something new, being a beginner at writing. Having advanced skills can be very rewarding and a worthwhile goal to pursue. But when it becomes an addiction, then it is no longer about the sincere effect of the art form, communication through music, for example. When it becomes an obsession, it's just an attempt to bulletproof oneself as a solid master of the craft. Holding on to the master identity is a limiting mindset. As mentioned earlier, one of the key practices for innovation is to play around without fear. If you are afraid to make mistakes, you will not try anything new. And if your self-worth rests on your identity as an artist, you will have a lot to fear. A lot of very innovative artworks have been created by people who were pursuing the art form for fun rather than doing it to be something. If the goal of the artist is to be something, then the artwork is a means to an end, and that stands in the way of enjoyment.